Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you all are enjoying the return of the Premier League and the FPL. If you have had a nice game week 1, congratulations to all of you. If not, don't worry, there is still the whole season left. In this video particularly, I'll run you through the team selection of game week 2. Meanwhile, if you have not subscribed to the channel already, do that and help me reach 600 subs sooner. So without further ado, let's just dive right in. Sorare is a fantasy football game in which you can play and earn. With player cards available from around 245 clubs, you can bid and purchase the digital cards from the auction. You can then use those cards in different leagues and can even sell them for profit. Click on the link below, sign up, get common cards as a bonus, and if you decide to purchase limited cards, you'll get a free 6 limited card on 5 purchases. Check it out now. So looking at the team here, Ramsdale I went in with at the back returned a clean sheet. It was obviously not a solid fixture to go in with Ramsdale, as Palace is a pretty balanced side. Yet Arsenal looked very good. Moving on to the defenders, Trent was awful versus Fulham and so was Digne, 1 pointer for both the wingbacks. Cancelo and Trippier returned a clean sheet each. Now looking at the midfield, Martinelli scored a header, and although Arsenal was very good, I would say Martinelli was lucky with those points after missing a sitter. Salah continued his scoring run on the opening day fixtures, and with the armband he returned a total of 24 points. Jesus was a bit disappointing as he did not return any points, but there is absolutely nothing to worry about as he was very involved and was just unlucky. And yes, I went Kane over Haaland.
I am Jose Mourinho.
Picking up Haaland really paid off as I was sure that he would threaten some of the sides he faces with those in behind runs. He scored twice to get those 13 points. Looking at the bench here, only regret I have is not playing Walker. But then again it was West Ham and the risk of clean sheet being lost was there. So this was my team review. Now let's move on to the team selection for the week. Now looking at my side here, it is Ramsdale who will start again in goal to face Leicester. The Foxes are a very good attacking side, so a clean sheet won't be an easy one, but I'm hoping the Englishman will chip in extra points by making some saves. The defense is yet again a big at the back setup. Firstly, a Man City double up of the two wing backs. Both of them were very good in game week 1 and we saw Cancelo moving ahead quite well. With Cancelo there is always a chance of attacking returns as he is not shy of shooting and is also good with the crosses. Talking about crosses, there is Trent Alexander-Arnold himself who is pretty good at crossing the ball. Liverpool faces Crystal Palace who looked all over the place with their defense in the first game. Digne has got Everton and I'm pretty disappointed by Villa as they signed a decent centre back and are a balanced side on paper. Yet they conceded twice in game week 1 versus Bournemouth and were awful. Everton they face is another side struggling with injuries, so if not a clean sheet, at least an attacking return would do wonders for the rank. Trippier from Newcastle made a total of 10 crosses in game week 1. He also managed to get 1 shot on target but yet did not return any points from his attacking ability. He faces Brighton this week who looked very good overall versus United but were a bit leaky on the crosses coming inside the box. Man United wasn't clinical enough, so it did not hurt them a lot. Hopefully Newcastle would do a lot better with those crosses coming in. Now looking at the midfield, the Liverpool double up versus Palace is there. I have already mentioned Palace did not look like a solid side defensively and we might see Salah and Diaz returning big. Be aware that both of them really lacked the chemistry in the first game, yet Salah was among the attacking returns. Diaz tried a couple of times but was unlucky to not net in the ball. Martinelli faces Leicester and the Brazilian up top alongside Jesus has been a very good combination so far for Arsenal. Jesus yet again in the attack, he just managed 1 shot versus Crystal Palace but overall his game was convincing enough to retain him. Leicester looked pretty open in the central areas and Tony kept threatening them. Moving on to Haaland, as mentioned a couple of times now, he is very lethal with his in-behind runs and is not shy of shooting. He took a total of 5 shots versus West Ham and West Ham are a pretty balanced side defensively. Now moving on to the captaincy armband, it will most likely be resting on Mo Salah himself. As always, I will be uploading my team before the deadline on Twitter. Before you leave, I've got 2 more people from the community talking about their sides, so let's check their teams out.
Hi everyone, my name is Cine, also known as your FPL station on Twitter. Shout out to my boy Zay with the double Y for giving me the opportunity to share my thinking and my team with you for game week 2. So before we talk about game week 2, let's just talk just a brief about game week 1. So game week 1, in a nutshell, summary, has got your boy taking loads of walks now to recalibrate. It was such a crazy week. A lot of my 50-50s didn't go well, and the biggest one was Kane versus Haaland, and I'm sure you guess where I went. So yeah, game week 2, I just thought it's time to go with exactly what I wanted to go. I really do like Haaland, and when Man City signed him, I was like, that's going to be my team, first player on my team, and I went against what originally was going to go. So all I've done in game week 2, simply put together, was go back to my initial thinking, just readjust my team to fit in to my original plan. So that being said, I normally would not make like quick transfers or like early transfers, as you'd say, but I had to make this really early because the price is just going crazy. I knew he was going to rise, and that would have really hurt me. Although I had 0.5 in the bank, I'm also one that is always looking to catch early price rises before wild carding. So I always like to try and make sure I get enough money in the bank to wild card for whatever player I want. So I just couldn't take that risk because I was going to go with Haaland anyway. So yeah, the only change to my team as it is now for game week 2 is Kane out, Haaland in, and I've done it way before the deadline. You can do that. I know he's risen already, but I'm very sure he's going to rise another 0.1 before deadline. So yeah, that's it for me. Thanks a lot. Zay, simple and short. Peace.
Hey guys, how you doing? Nilos here. Zay, thank you again for having me on your channel, bro. An absolute honor. So I'm going to talk you through game week 1 and how it went, and what happened for me was 63 points. So kind of slap bang in the middle. Been some crazy scores, as you've probably seen. People doing some mad things. Some triple captains been thrown around. People not going towards template, and players like Tony coming up with a goal and doing bits. So for me, I kind of went template, as we all have. So Ramsdale started off with a clean sheet, which was great. Defense was, well, Cancelo and James did great, which was wonderful, but Trent flopped. Mitrovic had other plans, which was quite fun to see. And I don't think anyone, well, unless you're ballsy, went for Mitrovic, but he looks like definitely one to watch. Midfield was Bailey, Neto, who did nothing. Diaz, again, full of promise, hit the woodwork, but it didn't quite work out. But I did fancy him to get something against Fulham, so gutted there. Salah, captain, fantastic. Goal and assist. And I think he got 2 bonus because Mitrovic stole the 3rd point. So that was great. And commiserations to those who went without Salah, because I know a lot of people went with the no Salah draft. And lastly in midfield, Martinelli thankfully did really well there. So that was fantastic. Up front, this is where it hurts. So Jesus didn't come through with anything, unfortunately, but I'm sticking with him. I don't care if he goes down to 7.9. He will score. You saw pre-season, he will score. Just give him a bit of time. But while I'm saying be patient, I lost patience with Kane. I'm one of the other guys that went with Kane. I think in our league, Jay, FPL OTD of the day, he went with Kane as well, and it didn't quite work out. So to beat the price rises, I pulled the trigger yesterday, as a lot of us have, and brought in Haaland against Bournemouth, who I think will absolutely smash it. So watching the Man City game yesterday, I was hiding behind the sofa, and it was painful because the guy just looks absolutely lethal. And against Bournemouth, it would just be suicide not to have him. So he's in the mix. That's my early transfer plan. I normally wait until the end, but do you know what? Sod it, for the price rise. He's 11.6 now. Kane's gone down to 11.4, and it just would have been suicide not to have had him. Everyone's going to have him now, and it's just, you know what? We're only 1 week into the season, and normally don't advocate early transfers, but it had to be done. People that I had my eye on. So Aronson for Leeds looked bloody good. Yeah, he looked really integral to all the attacks. Jesse Marsh really rates him, and I think it's only 5.5, so he's definitely one on my radar. I'm not going to go for the obvious picks because everyone's going to be just do something different. I'll tell you another one that I really fancy is Dewsbury Hall. 5 million. If Neto, Bailey don't quite work out, could be good to get him in there. It seems quite nailed now, I guess, I hope. But for 5 mil, could be an absolute steal there. Mitrovic is another one. Mitrovic is annoying. You know, he's seen he's done bits before in the Premier League, and then he's like inconsistent. In the Championship, he absolutely smashed it. But again, someone to consider. I think he's already gone up at the time of filming this. I'm sure he's 6.6 now. But yeah, other than that, I hope you all had a great game week. I'm not going to ramble too much, but while I advocate patience, I have no patience. And I'm hoping Haaland repays my faith and absolutely smashes it. But anyway, thanks again for watching. And please support Zay, subscribe and like his video. And thanks for watching. Take care.
So these were the 2 teams sent in by the 2 members of the community. I would like to thank them for sending their teams, and you can also take part in this by sending your video and your team to me via email. Just get in touch with me via the DMs on Twitter. So this is it from my side. Thank you all for watching.